There are flowers that never wilt, love that never fades, and promises that refuse to stay buried. Like, share, and subscribe to Bloody Chapter for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades. Where the roses never die. I used to believe roses died for a reason. That beauty was meant to fade, to make us appreciate the time we had with it. But then the first bouquet arrived, 3 days after Michael's funeral, and I started to believe in something else. Something that doesn't fade. Something that doesn't let go. They came early in the morning, the roses. Fresh, red, perfect. No note, no sender's name, just my name written in looping handwriting I didn't recognize. At first, I thought it was his sister. Maybe a kind gesture, maybe her way of helping me grieve. But when I asked, she said she hadn't sent them. And when I pressed further, her face went pale. "Don't tell me they've started again," she whispered. "Again?" I asked. "Never mind," she said. "Just throw them away." I didn't. I couldn't. They were too beautiful. Each year on our anniversary, Michael used to buy me roses. Always red. Always 12. He'd leave them on the windowsill so that when I woke up, they'd be bathed in the first light of morning. He said sunlight made the petals look alive. He said they reminded him of my cheeks when I laughed. And now, a week after he was buried, there they were again. Alive. Waiting. I tried to tell myself it was a mistake. A delivery mix-up. A coincidence. But then came the second bouquet. And the third. Every 7 days, never a day late, a new dozen roses appeared. No sound of a car, no footsteps, no doorbell. Just the faint scent of earth and rain. Sometimes I'd find petals scattered on the porch like breadcrumbs leading back to the garden where we used to sit together. Michael loved that garden. He built it for me when we moved into the house, said it would be our little piece of forever. He planted the roses himself, one by one, with dirt under his nails and sweat on his neck. When he died, I couldn't bear to look at them. They withered. Or maybe I stopped seeing the color in them. But then, they started growing again. Overnight. Full bloom. Even in the coldest weeks of March. The first time I heard the whisper, I was half asleep. A gentle murmur beneath the rain, like someone calling my name from far away. "Anna." I sat up. The house was still. The roses on the table swayed slightly, though no window was open. "Anna." It was his voice. Soft. Low. Familiar. I told myself it was grief, that cruel trick the brain plays when you've lost too much. But when I leaned closer to the flowers, the whisper came again. "You kept them alive for me." I dropped the vase. Water splashed across the table, petals scattered like blood on the wood. And for a moment, just a moment, I swore I saw movement inside the stems. Something twisting. Something pulsing. I ran. Locked myself in the bedroom. And cried until the rain drowned out everything. Days passed. The next morning, the roses were back on the table. Perfect again. This time, there was a card. No handwriting. Just one printed sentence. "Love doesn't die, it roots." I tried to leave town. Packed my bags, called a cab, even booked a motel 2 hours away. But when I opened the front door that morning, a fresh bouquet was waiting on the steps. 13 roses this time. One more than before. I stopped sleeping. Stopped eating. Every sound of wind brushing the window felt like him breathing against my ear. One night, I decided to dig them up. If he'd planted something there, some cruel symbol, I'd destroy it. The ground was soft from rain. Easier to dig than I expected. And then my shovel hit something that wasn't earth. A box. Wooden. Old. Inside were dried petals. Ribbons from the bouquets he'd given me years ago. And a small locket, the one I'd lost the day before his accident. Inside the locket was a lock of hair. Not mine. His. And beneath that, folded neatly, a photograph. Of me. Sleeping. That's when I remembered, the night before he died, we'd fought. He'd accused me of loving someone else. He'd said, "If you ever leave me, Anna, I'll make sure you never forget me." He'd smiled when he said it. That quiet, gentle smile that always made me forgive him. But there was something else that night, something I'd buried. The way he'd touched my face, his fingers trembling. The faint smell of gasoline. The whisper, "You'll never have to say goodbye." The next morning, his car exploded in the driveway. They said it was faulty wiring. Now I wasn't so sure. That night, I woke to the sound of roots. Not rain. Not wind. Roots. Pushing through the floorboards. Creeping up the walls. And in the dim light, I saw them, vines of red roses, thick and wet, snaking from the corners of the room. Each thorn glistened like it had just drawn blood. I tried to scream, but the air felt heavy, thick with the scent of him. And then, he spoke again. "You said you'd love me forever." His voice came from everywhere, from the walls, from the roses, from inside my chest. "You buried me, but I grew back." The vines wrapped around my wrists, my throat. And in their thorns, I could feel his heartbeat. When I woke, it was morning. The vines were gone. Just petals scattered across the bed like a lover's apology. I thought it was a dream. Until I saw the mirror. Across the glass, in red letters made of crushed petals, someone had written, "I'm home." It's been 6 months since then. The deliveries never stopped. Every week, new roses. Each time, more vibrant than the last. I've stopped trying to escape. Because wherever I go, they find me. And sometimes, I think I want them to. Because when I smell them, I can feel him. When I sleep, I can hear him. And sometimes, when the rain gets heavy, I swear I feel his hand brush my cheek. I planted a rose bush outside the window last week. Just one. For him. When I pressed the seed into the soil, something soft brushed my fingers. A bone. A small one. Human. I didn't scream. I just smiled. And whispered, "Welcome home." Now the roses bloom all year. They never die. Their scent fills every room, every breath, every heartbeat. People say the house looks beautiful now. Alive again. They don't see the way the vines move when no one's watching. Or the way the petals pulse when I say his name. Sometimes I catch my reflection smiling when I'm not. Sometimes I wake to find roses on my pillow, even though I sleep alone. But I don't feel lonely anymore. Because love, real love, doesn't die. It roots. They say time heals all wounds. But some wounds bloom. And some loves never let go. Like, share, and subscribe to Bloody Chapter for more stories that haunt the mind long after the sound fades.